Hey guys, Jess here. So today I am showing you my day 1 and 2 layouts that I've done for my documenting December. Now here I'm just giving you a view of the first layout I did because I thought it was videoed and unfortunately it wasn't. So as you can see, I've just stuck on bits of washi tape, some glittery washi tape, some just normal flat washi tape to make half a Christmas tree. And then I backed the photo on some sort of red and green backing, some white backing, and then some tissue paper, some ripped tissue paper. So there's 2 bits of ripped tissue paper, some white, and then that sort of greeny red paper there you can see there, just to make the photo pop a little bit. The wood veneer angel I cut in half just using my normal scissors, and then I sprayed it with gold Heidi Shine. I didn't do anything to the wood, I just sprayed it on and let it sit and dry. I also did the same with the letters, the new traditions. So I used black alphabet, so these ones here, and I stuck them down onto some plastic and then just spritzed them with the gold Heidi Shine again and let that dry. Then I put on some little word stickers and glued on some sequins. So sorry I didn't do a layout process video for that. I tried but didn't have the video on. Silly. The photograph itself is half the size of a normal one, so what's that, 3x2. Okay, so back with day 1 and 2 process video. So I've actually only used 1 sheet of paper to do day 1 and day 2 because I really loved both sides of the cardstock and I didn't want to waste it. So I put on the day 1 and day 2 cards that my sister had used to decorate my crafty advent calendar. So that made doing these 2 days so super duper easy because half the work was already done for me. If you want to see how she decorated my crafty advent calendar, there's a link in the description box down below. So my December daily album is 6x8 size, which is awesome, but unfortunately it doesn't have any pocket pages that allow for vertical photographs, which totally makes sense because if you did a pocket, you can see the way it fits on there. If you had a pocket page that allowed you to put a photo in vertically, you wouldn't fit anything else in there. So I've had to do a layout for an actual straight layout for this one because I really wanted to use the numbers that Katie had decorated for me, and luckily they actually were numbers 1 and 2, so I could just back them on the same page and just use the one pocket, so that was perfect. So anyway, I made my 3 photos into tiny teensy little squares. If you were looking at a normal standard sized photo, there would fit 6 of these little squares on a page, which is exactly what I did. I used the Project Life app and put 6 photos on a page, and then I printed them out with my selfie, and there's 3 going on this side and there's 3 going on the other side. So essentially my day 1 and 2 are going to be relatively the same, just slightly different embellishing and color schemes. So I've just backed the 3 photos with some red paper. This day is showing the decorating of my tree and putting my tree up. I didn't do any journaling on this day because I think it's pretty self-explanatory what's happening and what's going on. When I was going to put these photos on, I decided it needed something a little bit more interesting just to jazz up the way it was looking. So I'm just cutting a really long strip of white tissue paper, and I'm choosing not to tear it, I'm choosing to cut it because I find that tissue paper is a little bit like newspaper and only tears well in one direction. So I decided to cut it, and that would keep the edges neat and tidy, but that I'd sort of fold it and crinkle it up a little bit to give it a bit of texture and a little bit of a look and an added I suppose texture is the word I want really, to the layout there. So I'm just checking when I put my photos on how it's going to fit, and I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm just putting little bits of sticky tape to hold it in place where the photos will go, so I know that you won't see the sticky tape later when it's when I put the photos on. Then a little bit of double-sided tape to hold it down, And then I will stick the photographs right on top of where that sticky tape is so that I know the sticky tape doesn't show through. And if it did, I'd just pop an embellishment over it or something anyway, because no biggie. So I'm almost done once I have these photos on, because I'm not doing a full heading as such. I've never done documenting December or December daily before, but I figure each day is not actually going to be a layout. Each day is going to be maybe a Project Live spread or a pocket page spread or something, but then in which case I don't need a heading every single time. Sort of the heading is saying what number it is and what day we're up to, and the photos can do a little bit more of the talking. So I think today is fairly obvious that I am clearly decorating the tree and doing tree-like things. So I've put some tiny word stickers on that came in my Documenting December kit from Kitaholics Kits, and that's also where the main backing paper came from, the Kitaholics kit, Documenting December kit. So the tiny word stickers say bright twinkling tree, and then the banner says bring on the twinkle. So I think that sort of explains exactly what's going on in these pictures. So the top photo is of my son laughing and thinking it's hilarious having me set up the tree. I can just tell he's going to be a terror and pull that down the moment it's up. The middle one is pictures of the few presents I already have purchased wrapped in under the tree. And then the last one is of the tree lit up and sparkling and twinkling, ready for at night, so ready for the rest of the month. Love putting the Christmas tree up. It's like my favorite thing to do. So I haven't actually finished the first one, the first page. I know I want to put some enamel dots and things on, but I know that they will be like raised, and I needed to work on the back first. So now I'm turning it over to work on the back. And again, I'm going to back the 3 little mini photos that I'm using there, and this time I'm using this red striped paper. I really love this paper. It was just in my stash, so I can't unfortunately let you know where it came from. Not a clue at all, in fact. It seems to have the name Karen Foster Design. If that means anything to you, it means absolutely nothing to me, but that's what it's called. So yeah, backing these 3 little photos again. I'm getting a little bit addicted to doing full layouts in this Documenting December album. Because I use the Tinsy Tiny photos, I still managed to put on a fair amount of photos to explain what's happening, and I'm just loving playing around with this size layout. So I'm going to have to break out and do some pocket pages soon, because I don't have enough. I got heaps and heaps of pockets, but don't have enough that are full, the full one size. So when I was laying these photographs out, I put them straight down the side and realised that's just exactly the same as what I did on the other side. I know these layouts are going to be similar, but I don't need them identical to each other. I think that's a little bit much. So I decided to group them down the bottom, over the bottom black part underneath the polar bear, and then I'd put a few little embellishments on there. I got a little bit unsure because I really loved what the black said. It said things like do not open until December 25th and air delivery, and just like little pretend postage stamps, and I thought I would like to be able to read some of those. So I made sure I placed the picture of me and my husband in a position that you could still see what was actually happening on that card, because I wanted to be able to read it a little bit. So I fiddled around with that a fair bit, and then I kind of thought I was really clever because I made them so they created a little triangle in the center and they overlapped each other, taking it in turns. So like over, under, over, under, over, under. Really, the small things that amuse me. That's not important, but I thought I was clever to have done that. And then as I'm in Australia, we don't get snow at Christmas, so I find it really challenging to use the snow things. But because this page already had a polar bear on it, I'm like, perfect. I'm going to put the Christmas tree with the snow on it there now, because it's already a snowy looking layout. Perfect. Done. So once I do that, put those little embellishments on. The brown one says Hello December and the bottom one says Very Merry Memory. I'm then adding on some sparkle. Because the numbers are silver glitters, I wanted to use sort of shiny silver sparkly dots, and I thought I would only use the tiny ones, so I put the tiny ones around the page, sort of spread them out everywhere. I'm quite a fan of buying strings of dots and then cutting them up, because I just find it's more economical. So hear me say, it's cheaper to buy them in strings and then cut them up than it is to buy individual dots. And you can get the really tiny ones if you buy them in a string, so that's cool. So I put these little dots around the page a little bit, sort of spread them out in different places, and then realise it's looking a little bit sad. It does need something else to jazz it up a little bit. The little dots were getting a bit lost, so I put just 3 of the large ones around the page as well. And then I turn over and put the dots on the other side and do the same thing. So use the big ones and the little ones. And again, I want the silver sparkly ones because of the silver sparkly number 1. And I'm just using these dots to sort of accent, highlight, catch your eye, and then what are they drawing your eye to? Because they're shiny and sparkly, they're going to make you look at them. So I wanted it to be drawing your eye at something in particular. So I've put them near the words and I've put them near the numbers, so you know that that's what's happening in this day and that's what the layout is explaining and is all about. So yeah, I was really happy with these 2 layouts and I really loved making them, and it was so quick. Because they are small, it was so quick and easy. So I am going to take some still shots for you and show you what these looks like close up. Just one big still shot layout. Please stay tuned for some more December Daily shares, and please like, subscribe and leave me a comment. Thanks guys, lovely to see you again. Bye.